Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Lisa, and today we're doing our video in a collaboration hosted by Sage and Stone Homestead, and it's going to be the 5 things that you wish you knew before you had blank. And so let me list the channels that are going to be participating in it and what they're going to be doing. Sage and Stone is going to be doing rabbits. Sweetbriar Farm is going to be doing cows. GWP Homestead is going to be doing goats. The Heavenly Homestead is doing ducks. The Old Swedes Farm is doing chickens, and Suburban Sodbuster is doing honeybees. And we are doing pigs, so come on along. So the pigs are going nuts, and the chickens are following me down here, and everybody thinks it's time to eat, and that's not the case. Our pig experience has consisted of raising 2 Mangalitsa, Duroc, and Berkshire crosses for meat. We had them from the end of January till the end of August. Then we had them processed, and now we have Kunekune pigs. And we've had the Kunekune pigs, most of them, as long as we had the other pigs. So we've added some along the way, but let me start with number 5. Number 5 is sturdier fences. So we used on the perimeter, we call it page wire. And we use this fencing because the Kunekune pigs do not usually push fences. And then we put hog panel in between the pastures because we knew that with, different genders in each pasture that the boars would push the fence. And so we wanted to save money, and we used the hog panel fencing for the centers, but I think technically we really should have used it all around because one of our boars likes to get out. In fact, the minute we cut this fence and folded it back on itself, Grant was able to get out, and we had to add a hog panel to it. Overall, we don't really have an issue because we do have electric fencing around the perimeter, and so we've been able to work around it, but you definitely want to have strong fencing, especially if you're going to have commercial hogs. Number 4, scrotal hernias. I wish that we knew about scrotal hernias before we castrated our piglets. We had a piglet, we knew something was up, and we ended up losing that piglet because of a scrotal hernia, which means when you go to cut into them to remove their testicles, their intestines come out. That's what happens. We ended up bringing another piglet to a vet, and the vet lost the piglet also. So a very unpleasant experience, and we really wish we knew about it, but all the videos on castration mention nothing about it. So it was a total surprise for us. And that's the other thing that we wish we would have known before we got pigs. Even though we did a lot of research, I assumed, and we know what happens when you make assumptions, but number 3 is there are no swine vets here. So that was a struggle for us. I wish I would have done my research earlier and known that there were no swine vets here, and we would have been left basically to our own devices to be able to treat our pigs. These 2 girls are Eleanor, who's closest to you, and Fiona. They're our 2 sows that we bred this year, and we had to be ultra prepared because of the fact that there are no swine vets. We only found that out when our feeder pig, Winston, was limping, and I called at least 30 vets within a huge mile radius, and nobody would treat pigs. So that's definitely something you want to know about ahead of time. And number 2, mentorship. I had no idea how much and how huge a benefit mentorship would be by another experienced Kunekune breeder for my pigs. I've been mentored by Halbert Farm, which is Josh and Rebecca, and they've been absolutely amazing. We have a friendship, and they just share information openly, and I have learned so much information from them. And so I definitely recommend having a mentor to help you when you're getting a new livestock animal, because you have somebody to call when you need it. So it has just been absolutely invaluable. when our pigs were farrowing. I was able to have them on the phone helping me out and dealing with some minor issues. And we even had a piglet that was born to one of the litters that did not have a rectum, and that's a reality. As you can tell, I don't sugarcoat it. And so when that piglet wasn't nursing, that was the first thing my mentor said to do, was to take a look at the piglet and observe to see if it had a rectum or not, because apparently it is a deformity that happens with pigs, and we were able to identify the situation and have the piglet euthanized before it suffered a long and painful death. So super important to know a lot of information and get a mentor. And number one, drum roll please, if you could have told me how much joy these Kunekune pigs would bring me, I could have never have told you. Sherman was our first, and he's my baby boy. And I absolutely love all my pigs so much. In fact, Rich at the Old Swedes farm tells me all the time that my voice changes when I talk about them because I love them so, so much. And these are our boys, Sherman and Grant. And they're sweethearts. They're just absolute sweethearts. And I love having these pigs so much. And there's Norman. Hi, Norman. Norman's a good boy. All right, so there you have it. The 5 things I wish I knew before we had pigs. And that is the joy that they would bring to me. And of course, the taste. I will say that. Homegrown pork, there is nothing like it. Mentorship is number 2. 3, knowing that there are no swine vets in my area. So making sure you know that. Number 4 would be knowing about the scrotal hernias when castrating. And number 5 is just having sturdier fences and not skimping on costs. So there you have it. And so follow along with the other channels. I'm going to have them in the description box down below. And either there'll be a live or a pre-recorded giveaway on 12/18 on Sage and Stone's channel. So make sure you subscribe to them so that way you'll know when that happens. And also, we're going to be giving away a candle. So it's one of the candles that I made. It's pine scented. It's 100% soy. So down in the description box, I want you to put hashtag Piggy, P-I-G-G-Y. And then we'll be drawing on the 18th as well. And we will post a video. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great day. Take care.